Welcome to John Gets Games, where today we'll be playing a full two-player game of Innovation with my friend Anastasia, who's going to join us here in the studio. We're going to start things off with a brief overview of the game, then we will play an entire game, teaching it as we go, and we'll finish with a discussion about how that game went. Now, I do want to ask that if you enjoy this video, that you please click the like button for it down below, as well as a subscribe button for the channel. In addition to that, if you like this video, then please consider directly supporting the channel by going to patreon.com/johngetsgames. This is not a sponsored video. This is definitely one that was made because of Patreon, and if you become a supporter, you can get access to tons of exclusive content, including my dozens of opinions episodes, where I talk in depth about all the games that I'm playing recently, both the things I like and don't like about those games, including my changing opinions of them. You can also watch some of my videos early and advertisement free, and this is one of those videos that went out early to the patrons. In addition to that, you get access to an exclusive podcast feed where you can hear audio versions of all of the vlogs that I make, including those opinions episodes. Now, coming back to Innovation, I do want to ask that if while you're watching this, you see a turn where we should have done something differently, maybe we cheated on accident, or you just have thoughts about the game and how it went, then please comment about those things down below because we'd love to see that kind of feedback. All right, let's jump into the game. Hey, Anastasia, welcome back to the studio. It's been a while.
Hi, John. I know, I'm excited to be here.
Yes, we are innovating. Innovation. This is the original version of the game. Like, I think there was a little piece of paper in my box that said it was one of the first 100 copies ever made.
Oh my God, are you
from
serious?
Back in like 2010 or 11. There has been a lot of much nicer looking versions of this game, but this is the original
This
version.
is classic.
And it's
We
the only
only
one
play
I have.
classics
Yes.
here. Well, classics.
Also, this is the third video I ever made on John Gets Games. Was a review with this copy of the game, and I don't think I've played it since then.
Are you serious? I thought you loved this game.
I do, but there's so many board games and card games to play. So I'm really excited to play this. I had to read the rules because I'd completely forgotten about it. And let's talk about how it works at a very high level, and then we'll start playing and teach it as we go. So out here, we have 10 different ages. Within each one of these stacks, they're all the same. So we have prehistory going up all the way through information. And the goal of the game is to win. And there are a few ways to win, but the main one is achievements. These over here are just random cards taken from these piles, and we can achieve these cards by scoring things in front of us. We're going to have a little tableau. We're going to tuck achievements over here, scorecards over there. And a big thing that we're doing to make all this stuff happen is we're going to be doing these actions: meld, draw, achieve, and dogma. And when you meld cards, you put them face up in front of you, and then they just stay there. We're going to make stacks of these cards. We'll start splaying them around, and we will also be demanding things from each other. This is a very interactive game, sometimes positively and frequently negatively. I'm sure we'll see lots of examples of that as we go. And again, we'll talk about all this as we go, but the main idea of this game is both Anastasia and I are starting in prehistory, and we're going to start moving our way through history, and the game might end by us making it all the way to the 10, or it could end a lot earlier depending on the wacky hijinks that can happen with the cards, because every single card in this game is different. They're all unique, and as you get deeper into these piles, they get more insane. So hopefully we'll see some insane stuff as we play. So at the start of the game, each of us drew 2 random prehistory cards from the first deck. The first thing that we have to do is everyone, and it's just the 2 of us, we simultaneously look at our cards and choose one of them to meld. And then the person who melds the card that starts closer to the beginning of the alphabet will be the start player. So let's take a look at our cards. Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's do
Are
it.
You ready? Okay.
Archery. Writing. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm definitely... This might be the closest to the beginning of the alphabet.
Yeah,
I don't exactly
I was
remember.
pretty sure I was going at the end, so I was like, okay.
So the other card is just in our hand. This is just starting our hand of cards, and we can hold unlimited cards in our hand. So I am closer to the beginning of the alphabet, so I go first. And on a player's turn, they take 2 actions, choosing from these 4 options, and you can choose the same one multiple times if you want, unless you're the start player, in which case you just take 1 action. So I'll do 1 action, then Anastasia will do 2, then I'll do 2, and we'll go back and forth until the game ends. Maybe peacefully, or maybe through some strange apocalypse. So I put this archery card down, and it has a demand on it, and that lets me force Anastasia to do things. I need to think real quick here. Well, this archery card says that I would force you to draw a 1 card from prehistory, and then you have to transfer the highest card in your hand to my hand.
Oh.
So it's essentially drawing with extra steps right now because we both are drawing 1s. But if you happen to have drawn a 2, maybe, or a 3, then activating archery would let me grab that from you and force you to take a 1,
Got it.
which would feel good. But in this moment, I don't really feel like there's any reason to do this over just drawing a card. I could meld a card as well, which just means you take the card from your hand and you put it face up in front of you. But I think I'm going to draw. So the way drawing works is I look at the top cards in front of me. Right now it's just archery, and I find the highest value. The number in the top right corner always matches the value on the back. And in this case, I found a 1, and then I draw 1 card from out here from the deck that equals that highest value. So I have a 1, which means I have to draw from prehistory. If there were no cards in the prehistory stack and I went to draw a 1, I just draw a 2. And this is one of the ways we progress through the ages, but there's lots of other ways that happens. So yeah, I'm just going to draw this card right here for my 1 action, and I'm done. You can go.
Okay. Well, I now suddenly understand why this game is so interactive.
Yes.
Because the card that I chose to meld,
Ah,
writing, its Dogma action would let me draw a 2. But
yes.
then if I don't immediately meld that 2, you could then take it from my
Yes, I
hands.
could use archery and just nab it.
Yes. So I'm still gonna do that. Okay,
Yeah, you could just play it. You
so
have 2 actions.
I do. I have 2 actions, so I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I would like to do this Dogma action, but before we do that, we have to check the number of light bulb symbols
Yes.
on all of our cards, and if John had equal to or more than, he would also get to do the action,
Yeah.
and he would get to do it first.
Exactly. And if I did it, if at least one person did this and it's forced, then Anastasia would get a free draw action. So
Right.
she's kind of potentially helping people, but also helping herself. I only have 1 light bulb.
Which is why it's a great time to do it.
Yes.
So
And just to reiterate, the reason we're checking light bulbs is because this little light bulb icon right there.
yes. Okay. So I'm going to play this. Check light bulbs. Draw a 2.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
You're
do
already into the classics. Phase,
already into the
and I'm in
classics.
prehistory.
So I've drawn this card, and yeah, I'm just gonna immediately play this. So as my second action, I'm going to meld, and I'm gonna choose to meld this card. Now I create a new stack because it's a new color.
Yep.
So and now I have a 2. So going forward, I should let everyone know this is my first time playing Innovation. So so I might be asking John a few questions. So
Yes.
going forward, John, I'm going to be now I will always draw from the 2 because my highest
Yeah.
card is now 2. And until you make this go away or do something to it.
Potentially, yeah. I mean,
Got it.
to a certain extent, you don't need writing anymore as long as map making is there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you've already
I'm a map
advanced.
maker.
So could you do me a favor and just
Yes.
read the card? Like, I think when we meld
Yes.
cards, we should just read them out loud because it's really
Yes.
important to know what your opponent can do.
Yes. Okay. So going forward, as long as this card is at the top of my green pile, I will have the option to do these 2 dogmas. The first is I will be able to demand of John that he transfer 1 from his score pile to my score pile. We haven't talked about scoring yet, but there are ways to score cards, and you basically like flip them over and stick them underneath your
Yeah.
little mat.
The score side, yeah.
And that's how you score points, and that's how you gain achievements. So he doesn't have any of those yet, but
Nope.
if he did, that would be cool.
I've just got bows and arrows. That's all I got.
And then the second thing I could do is if any card was transferred due to the demand, I can draw and score 1. So that would be kind of cool to do. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, it was just going to live here until John destroys it.
Yeah. An interesting thing about these double step dogma actions
Mm.
is that we talked about the sharing over here. When it's I demand, you don't share. But if I had more crowns than Anastasia, then this I demand would not affect me. It would just affect people with less crowns. But this second one here is not an I demand. So that would go out to everybody who has the same amount of crowns or more. It doesn't really matter in a 2-player game, but with more players, your success could actually help a lot of people. There's a lot of positive and negative interaction in this game.
Got it. That's really cool. So okay, so right now I have 3 crowns, right? 2 light bulbs and a castle.
Yep, and I
the
have
total.
2 castles and a light bulb.
That's because you're not as advanced as
No,
I
I am very much not.
am. Okay, your turn.
Okay, well, so I've got these 2 cards. I could meld both of them right now if I wanted to. I have archery, but Anastasia drew that 2 and immediately melded it, so I know she only has 1s in her hand right now. And in fact, we could technically see the value of all the cards in each other's hands.
Good point. Yeah.
That is public information. I have to admit, I'm tempted to draw again, even though I'm only drawing 1s and Anastasia's drawing 2s, which is precarious, although I have archery, so.
Yeah, it's kind of a good threat over there. It sort
Yeah.
of forces me to play out my cards, and of course, if I draw the same colors, I start covering up cards I might
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, my cards in my hand are certainly not bad, but not amazing for this moment. So yeah, I'm gonna draw a card for my first out of 2 actions. So I draw a 1 because that's my top card. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna meld this card. That one is Sailing. So Anastasia, that says that for a Dogma action, we check crowns. You have more than I do right now, so that is maybe problematic. But it says draw and meld a 1. So that means on my next turn, I could potentially do this, and if you drew a green, it would cover up your map making with a 1, thus knocking you back down. We'll see. We'll see what happens, though. Yeah, that's my 2 actions I drew, and I melded.
Fascinating. Okay, cool. I'm embracing how little control I'm gonna have in this game.
Yes.
I'm embracing it. I'm ready. I am so ready. I'm here for it. I'm here for history. Okay, so I have this one card, which is not particularly good, and I think I kind of like my. What do you call this? What is this area?
I guess your civilization?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is my okay. So I think I like my civilization kind of the way that it is right now, and I want to keep drawing twos because I feel like that's kind of an edge that I have on
Oh yeah,
John.
yeah. Cards get better as we
But I
progress.
don't want to hold on to them
Right.
because you can take them. So I'm feeling a little conflicted here.
Yeah, yeah. If you draw 2, you feel very compelled to play it, but
Yeah.
maybe it isn't good, or maybe it covers something you don't like. I don't know.
All right, I think I'm gonna do it though. I think that I'm kind of getting the vibe that this is a game where you kind of have to like run when you can run, and
Yeah.
then like like just get it's like red light, green light, like.
Sometimes things go poorly, and
Yeah.
you just roll with it.
So all right, I'm gonna draw 2. All right, so this is the 2 that I drew. This is my other card in the hand, so this is the 2 that I drew. All right, and now I'm gonna decide whether or not I want to play that. Let's see. It's not bad. I think let's do it. I know. I think it will make
Boo.
him unhappy. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. So this is fermenting. This is gonna let me draw a 2 for every 2 leaves that I have on my board, and this card, of course, gives me 2 leaves. Now, I think did we talk about this already? This idea that like, these icons are gonna kind of change and move as we kind of keep making these stacks. But
Yeah.
at least for right now, it would also let me draw a 2. So going forward, I could draw many 2s.
Yes, if you're able to get more agriculture leaves going, essentially.
Right. And of course, it's funny. In my head, as I was thinking I was using this writing action, but I actually wasn't. I was just doing a straight draw because
Yeah.
otherwise, if I had used this action, John still doesn't have as many light bulbs. But if you did, you
Yeah.
could have. And so this action's kind of useless to me now,
No,
as we kind of talked
But
about.
remember, if I had an equal number of light bulbs, I would also draw it too. But then, because somebody else got a benefit, you get a bonus draw.
Oh, that's
So
kind of
you would
cool.
end up drawing twice, and I draw once.
That's
Yeah.
true. Plus, you can start to cover my card. So, anyways,
Yes.
all right. So, interesting kind of choices. A lot more choices than I expected. But here we are.
Okay, it is my turn, and I think I'm going to lean into some chaos, which is possibly going to backfire. But
Great.
I'm going to activate Sailing. So it says draw and meld a 1, and it's a crown action. I have 2 crowns. Anastasia has 3. So again,
Excellent.
if this is equal to or more, then everybody else has to. So Anastasia does not have a choice.
I
She
have
must
to.
go sailing.
Okay.
And I'm hoping this.
Ooh. Oh, and
okay.
it has so many leaves. Look at that.
Yeah, that's bad.
All right. So I drew a pottery,
Yes.
and I'm going to have to meld it.
Yes.
So you may return up to 3 cards from your hand. If you returned any cards, draw and score a card of value equal to the number of cards you returned.
Yeah.
It also lets me draw a 1. Now, John, do I have to do both of these, or I
Yes.
can choose?
You do all of them that you can.
It can
You
do.
do everything that you can do.
And
yeah.
everyone else who has leaves would be able to
Yep.
do them. More equal to leaves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although you are the leaf queen right now.
I am the leaf queen. All right. So this is going to go ahead. This is going to cover my pottery, which is the first.
You're writing.
My writing. Sorry.
Yeah.
My pottery is going to cover my writing, which is the first kind of like card that I've covered up.
Yeah.
But now going forward, if something told me to splay and I splayed up,
You could gain access to those icons
got
again.
it.
Yeah.
Or
we'll,
over.
We'll start to see cards with splay on them soon. I don't remember exactly, but it's here-ish, I
Got
think.
it. They're coming.
They're coming. They're coming. So that was not good for me. That was probably the worst card just because of all those leaves. But it is what it is. So now I get to draw and meld a 1. And goodbye sailing. That's not necessarily a problem, though. So I found the wheel. That has 3 castles on it, and it has a Dogma effect that says you draw 2 ones for the castle effect. Now, because at least one opponent did something with this Dogma action, I get a free draw. So this is still my first action. This card goes into my hand. Okay. And then for my second action, I think I'll activate the wheel. Just going to get a whole bunch of card options. My cards are less powerful than yours, but I'll have tons of them. So that is a castle effect. I have 5 castles. You have 2. So that means you don't get to follow along.
Right.
And I draw 2 ones. So part of my thinking here is that I'm just drawing through the 1 deck as well. There's only 3 cards left in there. Once those are gone, I could use the wheel to draw 2 twos.
That's
and
good.
that is potentially good. So these are the cards that I just drew, and my turn is over.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue holding on to this because I kind of like
The mystery. I have no idea what it is.
I like that. I kind of like what I've got going on here.
Yep.
I like how many leaves I have. I think I'm going to take advantage of this very bountiful supply of leaves that I have here. Even though it is 5, it would be great if it was 6. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, the Dogma action on this fermenting, which
I
is
have 0 leaves.
0 leaves, so John can't do it. And I get to draw a 2 for every 2 leaves I have on my board. So I have 5, so I get to draw 2 twos.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. I'm still a little nervous about his archery, but at this point, it's like...
You just have to kind of roll with it.
Yeah, and I'm realizing John has so many cards in his hand, and I started this with 1 card in my hand.
Yeah.
These are the cards that I drew here. Interesting. And then this one. So, wow. Fascinating. Oh, I really like this. I really like this. And I particularly like this. I'm just talking to my people for a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is really fun. And interestingly, yeah, kind of looking at the state of things. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is... Wait.
You only have 1 more action.
I know, and now I'm just waiting for John to take...
Yeah, the archery.
The
The one you don't play, I could grab. Yeah.
Right. And that relies on castles, right?
Yes, and I have 5 castles tier 2.
Yes, thank you. Oh, man, do I just... Oh, interesting. Okay. So what's interesting is something John said earlier about how this applies to anyone who plays it. So as dangerous as it feels like he could take that, he'd just kind of be setting me up, maybe. I think that this is pretty powerful. I'm going to think, oh, John, this game. I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I had to think.
Welcome to innovation.
There's so many options. Like, here I was so excited about this, but now I'm thinking maybe I should do this, and then I should just, shove it.
Yeah.
As a thingy. You don't know what I'm talking about.
You found a splay already, huh?
I don't know what I found. Oh my goodness. This is hard. Okay. No, I'm gonna kind of hold on and kind of hope that this works out. I only have 1 more action. Feel like I'm just giving one of these to you. Okay. Whew, okay, I'm having a crisis. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Everything is fine.
If you think these cards are interesting, wait till we get to here.
I can't handle it. Whew. Okay. I'm going to construct this one because I think it's really valuable and I've had pretty good drawing luck. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. All right. So, John, I'm going to play this construction card.
Ooh, yeah.
It's got 3 castles, which still doesn't even compete with you.
No, it does.
Well, it does, but it competes, but you still have so many more.
No, I don't. I have 5. And you will have 5.
Oh, shoot. Look at that.
That's going to protect you from archery.
That's so good. Okay. I don't know why I overthought that so much. I don't do anything, but when I play this, or if I use this for Dogma, I will demand that you transfer 2 cards from your hand to my hand, then draw a 2. So it's kind of good for you.
Yep. It's essentially an upgrade to archery in a lot of ways.
It is
sort of.
It sort of is. And do you get to choose the cards, by the way?
And unless it says otherwise,
Yes,
yeah.
you do. Okay, and then if I am the only player with 5 cards, I get to claim the Empire achievement, and the Empire achievement
Yeah.
is over here. And basically, this just lets you. This is one of those achievements that would have let you that you needed to have 3 or more types of all 6 icons, but this construction card would let me just take it, and so then I would get one of my 6 achievements that would get me to game end. So that's what I was excited about, and I thought like maybe if you took it away, I could still use it. But you know what? This is all going to work out. So or not. But for now, I'm good.
Okay, yeah. So one of the primary ways we win is through getting achievements. In a 2-player game, getting 6 of them. So yeah, that is definitely a bit of a concern. Although you only have 2 cards right now. That construction, it takes 2 cards away.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and you have 5 castles. I have 5 castles. I was totally going to use archery, but I can't now. It's because you need to have. I would need to have more castles than you. If we're equal, then you are defended.
Really
Yep.
interesting. So you can't do the I demand unless you have more.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. So you're
Now, technically, I could do this using up one of my actions, just nothing would happen. If it was a
Got it.
4-player game, then this would affect everyone who has less castles than me, which is probably at least one person.
got it.
But in
Got
this
it.
case, obviously, that's just you.
Got it. So but you're also defended. We're kind of wow. Okay. So all of that thinking that went into that, if I had just known that, if I could just counted my castles, how many times has that happened in this game where you're like, how many do I have?
So I think what I should do instead is just activate the wheel.
The wheel.
Oh gosh, the wheel. So
Oh, the wheel. Ooh. But I'll
You-
go first.
you would go first.
So I would
you
take
would draw
2.
you would draw 2 of these 3 ones. I would draw 1 and a 2, and then get a bonus draw of another 2.
Yep.
So I would get 2 2s and a 1, and you get 2 1s.
Yep.
But then, what was the thing about getting this achievement? Having
If
5 cards in your hand?
if you are the only player with 5 top cards.
5 top cards. So that's
5
these
colors.
out here, which
Yeah.
are close.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm still going to do it. All right, the wheel. 5 castles to 5 castles. You do it first. You draw the top 2
Okay.
ones.
So I'll be adding these cards to my hand.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Interesting.
And
interesting.
then I will draw this into my hand. It's not really what I wanted to see. And then I draw 1 more. And if you ever go to draw from a pile and there's nothing there, you go to the next one. So this is the first 2 I get to draw. And that's also, I mean, these aren't bad cards, but they're not necessarily going towards a plan that I have not articulated yet. Now, at least one person did this Dogma effect as well. So I get to draw 1 more. And look at this. There's only 3 twos left. We're going through history.
Yeah.
And I drew this card. Okay. So I'm just going to vocalize this, even though Anastasia can hear it. I was really hoping to find some castles. And that might not have happened. So let me take a look at this massive amount of cards. I have one more turn to do. And I could just do the wheel again. If I did the wheel again, Anastasia would draw 2 2s, and I would draw 2 and a 3, and then another 3. Oh, this is nuts.
I hate to say it, but all the castle makers just wanted to come.
They went your way? Dang it.
I'm not saying anything, John. I'm not saying anything. You still have one more action, right?
I do, and I have a million cards. Part of me does want to go crazy and draw to get to the 3s, but I just have so many cards, and if you meld 1 more, I guess the color you don't have is purple, and then you activate construction, you just get that achievement. There's really not much I can do about it. I've not been in the melding game so far.
John has like a dozen cards in his hand. Like, how many cards do you even have?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm just going to meld masonry. So this is the card I've been kind of playing around. It says that you may meld any number of cards from your hand, each with a castle. So you just dump as many as you want. Everyone has a castle. If you melded 4 or more cards, you claim the monument achievement. So normally, to claim the monument achievement, you have to tuck or score 6 cards during a turn. So this is an easier way to get that achievement, which is why, obviously, I was trying to find cards with castles on them, because I'd love to just finish the monument. But either way, just going to meld that, and my turn is done, and it was 3 more castles. I have so many castles right now.
You have so many castles.
Yeah.
Um,
Although archery is less interesting to me now because I also have 2s in my hand.
right. I am so excited this card managed to live through the night because I am ready to play it. So I'm going to, from my hand, I'm going to play this philosophy card, which so happens to be a purple.
Yep.
And this card is going to let me splay left any one color of my cards, which a splay action would essentially be taking one of your piles and moving it over,
Yep.
like one space over. And you do it with all of your cards. So they would all kind of move over. And it basically reveals new symbols. So if I went to the left, it would look like that. Right would look like that. Up would look like that.
Yeah.
So if and when I do that, I'll get to splay my, one of my piles. Of course, I don't have only one of my piles is splayable at the moment.
Yeah.
But that would still be cool. And then it also lets me score a card from my hand, which is pretty cool. So
Shoot.
so I'm gonna go ahead and play that here. This is gonna get like way less this is gonna get fun when I start splaying these. But so I'm gonna play that here. Then I'm gonna do a dogma action, and that dogma action is gonna be this construction. So mostly because for the second part of it, if I'm the only player with 5 top cards, I am going to get to claim that Empire achievement.
Yep.
But first, John,
Yes.
I demand that you transfer 2 cards from your hand to my hand, then draw 2.
How many castles do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many castles do I have?
Don't be sassy.
Your demand does nothing. But that's fine. That's not really what you wanted to do. You
No, that
mostly
is
wanted to
not.
do the bottom action.
So I don't know why I thought that would work, but it doesn't matter. I just want my points. Points.
Yes. That's
So
1/6 of the way to victory for you.
1/6 of the way of victory. So I take this card and now I will tuck it under here.
Yeah. And achievements are permanent. Like most things in this game can be stolen, evaporated, whatever.
Covered.
But achievements are permanent.
I now have an empire.
Yes.
Back to you.
Yep. Well, I once again regret my decision. On the last turn, I should have melded something else that was not masonry. Yep, I should have done something else. So I think what I will do is let's just get real stupid. I'm going to activate the wheel doesn't affect you anymore. I have more castles. That's actually good. Honestly, I think that's probably a good thing. It does mean that I'm not going to get access to 3s right now, but I'm looking for something else. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm stalling out way too much. I have a million cards in my hand. I really want to make this masonry thing happen. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
This is such a John thing, to dig in the decks.
I know.
You always do this.
I know.
You love to dig.
I do.
Do it. Dig. I'd actually forgotten that was something you do. Until this moment, I was like, all right. If given the chance to explore for more cards,
Yeah.
you will take it.
All right. I'm going to do it.
Yeah!
Activate the wheel. I'm going to draw 2 1s. There are no 1s, so I draw 2 2s.
It's like gambling.
Okay.
New plan.
Didn't work. Okay.
You must have so many colors over there now.
I'm probably not playing this game very well right now. I'm like overly fixated on a plan, which is not something that you should do in a highly tactical game.
Were you
like
just
this.
telling me that castles weren't good for you later too? I guess they're all on the bottom of all of your stacks.
As we get deeper into the game, specifically, I think here-ish, there starts to be cards where castles are a liability, and they can definitely be a problem. But we're not quite there yet.
You could just dig again, get to the 3s.
You are not wrong. You are not wrong. But then you could draw 3s. You only have 3 cards. This is ludicrous. The number of cards I have in my hand is a problem.
Does it help that I don't really like any of mine?
Yes, actually, I do. That does help.
I mean, they're fine, but
Anastasia,
what's wrong?
I'm activating the wheel again.
I was like, you said that so seriously. I was like, are we okay? Are we good? Like, do we make an error?
Oh,
Tell me you drew castles.
I might not have drawn castles. You're up.
Oh no.
Okay, I think that dream needs to die.
Oh,
I have so many cards.
that was so good, though. That was so good. I really appreciate your commitment.
I
I want this to pan out for you. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't like any of the cards in my hand.
Good.
I think that I actually misread this one, which is interesting because I'm realizing that this would kind of there's some cards in here that let you kind of play with your like what's in your hand and what goes out and back out into the world. I
Yeah.
think that's kind of cool. But nevertheless, I don't love any of the cards in my hand, and I've also reached the point where any card I play covers up one of the cards I have down here, and I
Yes.
actually
Like
like them.
Yeah.
Um,
But you got to progress.
but I gotta progress. So
And I did open up the medieval era for you.
You did.
Like
So
a dum-dum.
I think that I'm going to ferment because it lets me this ferment card still lets me draw two for every two leaves I have, and I still have more leaves than John because John has no leaves. And that actually is going to be 2 3s. So I will dogma that and then see what I've got here. Ooh, interesting. Oh God, John. I'm sorry. I mean,
You found all the castles.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
But okay. So interesting. But this gets hard because suddenly you have to cover your stuff.
Yeah.
So okay. So this one's interesting, but I think that this card's really good for me. So don't look. Go look away. So I kind of don't care. So maybe I should start thinking about. I'm starting to think about cards I should hold on to for scoring because of this philosophy card. So I'm kind of thinking this would be a good score because your score cards are the value of whatever they are, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So this would be a 3. Okay. So let's see about this one. I kind of maybe play this. Ooh. This would be really good for John. Okay, I like that. How many castles do you have?
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I have less castles than you, but I want to play, I can still play a card as long as it's not an I demand. I can still do a dogma as long as it's not an I demand.
Yeah, I mean, you could still do an I demand, just nothing would happen.
Got it, yes.
And if you do one and I have more castles, I also do the thing.
Yes, got it. So this would be good for John, but I don't know. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold on to this, except for the fact that he might take it. Oh my gosh, this is terrible choices. Because if I play this, which seems good, it's really good for John, given the circumstances. It's kind of cool for me, but it means I'll have less icons, which I don't love. But then I could split. Oh my goodness. There's okay. Whoa. But if I did that and then did that, okay. Whew. All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to play a card. I'm going to play this alchemy card.
Mm-hmm.
So good for you, John. So be nice.
I wish I had drawn it.
Probably. So this is going to let me, when I do the dogma, it's draw and reveal a 4 for every 3 castles on your board. If any of the drawn cards are red, return the cards drawn and all cards in your hand. Oh, wait, that's maybe not good. I didn't finish reading. If any of the cards are red, return them and all cards in your hand. Otherwise, keep them.
Holy cow.
Wow. Okay. You really have to read the full card. Then meld a card from your hand. Then score a card from your hand. This is a great card. It does a lot and is a little terrifying.
It's
but
risky.
yeah, well, I guess that's what alchemy is. Actually, funny. I hadn't really felt the theme till that moment. But
I think this game is incredibly thematic.
I kind of felt that, so it's cool. But now this one would splay really fun.
Yes.
Although I really want to, it would splay both ways, kind of fun. So yeah, that.
But your turn is done.
Yes.
Okay, so for every 3 castles, so I would draw 2 cards, and if either one was red, I would lose every card in my hand.
Mm-hmm. But you get to draw 2 4s. But if either one was red.
Well, okay. I think you've really, 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 really.
Oh, because this would force you to do it. If I did this, I'd basically. That's really mean.
Yes.
That's like dastardly.
Yes, it is. It is dastardly.
Oh gosh.
Or maybe I don't draw any reds and everything is fine.
Everything
and I have a million
is
cards.
fine.
So I think I need to.
You gotta play.
To change things. I need to change things. This is a problem. So I think what I'm just gonna activate masonry now. Then, I have more than you. and I can meld any number of cards. I have 3. I have 3 cards with castles in my
Oh
hand,
no.
not 4. So I don't get the monument achievement, but I think I can't wait any longer.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 3 cards.
Yeah. This kind of puts
out
a pressure
here.
on you.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have officially pressured me into doing this. So let's see. I've got Monotheism, which is a fun card, Mysticism, and City States. Look at that. They're all purple. So I essentially have to decide which one of these I want to be on top.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my goodness.
John keeps eyeing my cards with this look that I cannot possibly discern.
Yeah.
Like it's both like evil and like I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. It is going to be
And joy? I don't know.
Monotheism.
Okay, monotheism.
Yeah. It's a fun one because I'm going to activate it immediately.
What does it do?
I demand for castles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 castles.
Okay.
I demand you transfer a top card from your board of a different color from any card on my board to my score pile. I don't have any blues.
Oh, come on. Well, that's so good.
Nummy. Yeah, this becomes I score it.
All
Slide it right over
right.
here.
Oh, that's so good.
So I eliminated
Okay.
the alchemy problem, and then
Okay.
if I do, you get to draw and tuck a 1. So you just tuck this,
Oh ho ho.
and so it goes under to the bottom of this purple stack.
Oh, I just tuck it.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at castles.
Yeah. Masonry is dead to me.
Okay, so I just tuck it under here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just whatever this was, doesn't matter, but
Yeah.
it could be symbols
For
me.
Splaying, yeah.
Yep.
Then I get to draw and tuck a 1.
Oh, sweet.
So
You also do it.
education.
Man, we are really moving through that medieval
We are.
era.
And if I had drawn a blue, I would tuck it over here as the top card. But
Got it.
that didn't happen. Okay, that was my turn. I protected
Whew.
myself from alchemy.
Okay, I have to think a little bit now.
I have only 1 non-castle icon.
I'm not kidding. Before we even started, John was like, don't build too many castles.
Yeah, castles become a problem.
Okay, so when John first played that, I was very intrigued that maybe I could use my map making to transfer his score card, but it's transfer 1 from his score pile to my score pile.
And I have a 3.
Yeah, so that's not going to work for me. I'm not sure that card is all that whatever, but I'm gonna look
Aren't
at my
I nice?
hand.
You liked your tableau so much, I brought you back to it.
I did. It was so nice.
It's a friendly game.
It's a friendly game. Let's see. So this is really interesting because I was gonna use my philosophy to score this, but intriguingly, I could maybe use this. But the downside is if I use this, I cover up my fermenting, and I really liked my fermenting.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think you can hold on to things for too long in
No.
this game. So it may have already outlived itself a little bit. And there's a timing thing that's curious because I could use my fermenting one more time, cover it, but then if I want to use the action, I have to hope that card is still there and hasn't been somehow
Right.
abated by the time I get there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, but I really liked that. Oh, and I would lessen my number of castles too. So I'm very torn here. Let's see, how many 3s do we have left? Okay, cool.
It's like 4-ish.
Yeah, I would have a 3 down. Let's see. How important are points in this game? Points seem silly.
Yeah, I mean, points are the way you get achievements. We haven't actually taken any of these yet, but hopefully we'll see them soon. But points are very important.
Yeah. This construction card is useless because John has too many castles.
Yep.
I mean, it's just he's very well defended.
That's all I'm doing.
This is less exciting than it was before because splaying isn't quite as good. So
But once you splay, it stays splayed, and if you tuck more things, they tuck under. If you meld more things, then you meld over, and you just get more icons. Splaying is a good idea. The only way you lose the splay is if you go back down to 1 card.
Oh, interesting thing I could do. I hadn't read this pottery in a while. You may return up to 3 cards from your hand. So when I read this at first, I thought it meant return from your board, but now it's return.
Return to the supply.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're returning a card, draw and score a card of value equal to the number of cards you returned.
Yeah.
So I could just take a 3 if I wanted to do that.
You could return 3 cards.
And then I would draw a 1, which is essentially a 3. So I could use this.
Well, no, you would have returned cards. So if you return a 1 or a 2, you would just draw that card back up again.
Very, very, very interesting. Okay. All right. Wow. So many things to think about. All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do a little long con here. I don't know why, but John has just inspired me to just endlessly draw cards for some reason.
Yeah.
So
What's
that's
in the
what I'm gonna do.
box?
So I'm gonna do the fermenting again because right now it's kind of still a good state. I wish I had another leaf, but I'm gonna go ahead and just take 2 3s.
Yep.
And then I think I'm gonna play this one down, this medicine down, but let's take a look at what I got so I can kind of make that decision. Quite a bit of thinking in this game,
Yes.
you know. So interesting. Okay. Oh, that's really fun. Okay, that's really fun. Okay, and then this is oh, that's also kind of fun. Ooh, these are all good. Okay, I mean, I want to just take this, but maybe I should hold on. I kind of like this optics, although it gets rid of my castles. But I don't really need this anymore. The real value of this construction was to get this achievement. So I think I'll go ahead and play this because I don't really know what he's going to do over there, and I don't love it. So, all right. So I'm going to play this optics card. So this card going forward will let me, based on crowns, of which John still has none,
Mm-hmm.
draw and meld a 3. If it has a crown, draw and score a 4. Otherwise, transfer a card from your score pile to the score pile of an opponent with fewer points than you. So what makes this really fun is that I have less cards than John. If I were to draw a crown, I have less score than John. So
Mm-hmm.
that protects me from that. I could score 4. The only downside is that it could cover up any of my other cards, but it seems like fun. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. It also lets me now draw 3s because I didn't actually have any 3s because of what he did to me. So
Yep. 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 Can I see the back of your cards? How
is
many?
that allowed? Do I
Yeah.
have to share?
Yeah.
Like he always says, yeah. I don't believe you.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, here I got 5 cards.
So I could just use monotheism right now and eat your pottery, which is kind of funny. But then you would get to try and tuck a 3.
It would eat my pottery because it's what it's.
It's the color I don't have on my board.
Oh, got it. Yep. Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
But I would get to draw and tuck a 3.
Yeah, and then I would draw and tuck a 3.
Hmm.
I could do it twice. You have 2 blues.
John can't build his own civilization, so he has to dismantle mine. You got so many cards.
I
Do
have
something.
So many cards.
But you know what? Those are a threat. Go ahead.
The problem with this is that everything I want to do, you can also do, because you just have more of every other icon than I do, except for castles.
Yep.
So I need to change that. I just need to start covering up these castles, I think. But I also want to play cards that let me do things.
But if you play another blue, then you can't eat my blues.
Then I can't eat your blues. Exactly.
I see. Go ahead.
I think I will
Eat my blues.
I'm going to meld currency.
Oh.
So the wheel is gone. Currency is a crown activation. It says you may return any number of cards from your hand. If you do, draw and score a 2 for every different value card you returned.
Oh.
But again, I have 2 crowns. Anastasia has 5. 5. I could activate that right now. But Anastasia has 3s and 1s. So Anastasia could return a 3 and a 1 and then score a 3 because there would be no 2s. But then I could also do that. And I would score more things. Actually, Anastasia would score twice. And I would score, oh gosh. Oh gosh.
It's funny how in this game, like, I was like, is this optics card? It seems like fun. I'll play it. And then suddenly...
It destroyed my plans.
Yeah, like, you don't even think about it. You're like, oh, I'm actually covering up castles, but like...
You know what? We're gonna shift into a new type of civilization. I'm gonna play canal building for my second action.
Ooh.
That's also crown, so I'm up to 4. You have 5. I've gotten rid of 6 castles this turn.
Okay.
But castles are a thing of the past, maybe. So this says you may exchange all the highest cards in your hand with all the highest cards in your score pile.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Well, I still have more crowns than John,
Yes.
which makes this optics thing really interesting.
Yeah.
But it will force me to draw and meld a 3, which means that if there's anything else that I'm kind of holding on to here, and I'm going to be honest.
Use it.
Yeah.
Use it before you lose it.
Yeah, I don't really care. You know, I'm kind of feeling like I've maybe done as much fermenting as I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Ferment it out. Pottery, map making kind of feel like, you know, a thing of the past, little passe now. Philosophy, though, I did want to use. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use that philosophy.
Yeah, you got 3 bulbs. I got 1.
Yeah. I also really want to play this card, but it doesn't help the optics. And if I draw a Meld to 3 and it happens to be the color of this card, then that would not be good. So I'm going to hold on to this, and we'll see. Hopefully it's still there next turn. But I think, going to take this and use the philosophy to make it into a scorecard. Although, oh wait, otherwise transfer. Let's see. Gotta just double checking this optics. Otherwise, transfer a card from your score pile to the score pile of an opponent with fewer points than you. But if I were to score this, you would not have fewer points than me. We would be tied. So I'm still safe from that. So all right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use the Dogma on this philosophy card, which first of all checks light bulbs. I have more than John, so I can splay left any one color of your cards, and then I can score a card from my hand. So I'm sort of tempted to splay castles. Let's see, I could splay light bulbs. I have to go left. Wait, that's right. Okay, so if I went left, it would look like
castle or a crown.
Yeah, or
a castle.
He still doesn't have blue, so blue is. I don't want to do anything with blue because of your monotheism. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and splay this pink one.
Okay.
Because wait, no, hold on. Oh. I actually do want this extra crown, but I don't trust you. So I think I'll go ahead and splay.
I mean, I probably would monotheism just to destroy the splay if you did that. Yeah.
So I think I will splay this optics, and we'll just see how that goes. All right. And then in addition to that, I'm going to score a card from my hand. So I'm going to take this machinery card, and I'm just going to score it. I'll tuck it under here, down here. So I have 3. All right, and now I'm going to do the optics. I have more crowns than John. So I am going to draw and meld the 3. So let's see what I got. It's blue. That's hilarious. And draw and meld the 3. If it has a crown on it, draw and score a 4. So it had that. So I'm going to just take this random 4. I'm not even going to look at it because I'm just going to score it.
You are technically allowed to look at it, but because there is, I think, cards where you can swap things with your score pile, but...
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's kind of fun. All right, good to know. We'll keep that in mind. All right. Now this is being melded on top of my pottery. So pottery's gone. Going forward, you may meld all the cards in your score pile. If you meld one, you must meld them all. Oh, interesting. So
there you go.
If each top card on your board has a crown, claim the world achievement.
World over here. Normally you have to have 12 clock symbols, which we won't see for a while. So that's a way to get that early.
Yeah. All right. So that's a good goal. But I have a feeling John's going to do some destruction. And
you done?
I'm done.
Yeah. That's way too juicy. Monotheism. I demand you transfer the top card. So I just take transactions.
Okay.
I turn it into a score. You get to draw and tuck a 1, which is going to be a 3.
Okay.
And then I get to draw and tuck a 1, which is going to be a 4.
Okay. So I tuck this underneath
the very bottom of the pile.
Very bottom of the pile.
So that was my first action. And for my second action, finally, I feel like it took a long time in this game, I'm going to achieve. In order to do this, I have to have a score of 5 times the age number that I'm achieving, and I have to have a top card that matches it. Prehistory is a 1. 1 times 5 is 5. I have 6 points in my score pile, so I will achieve prehistory right before Anastasia could do it.
Yeah.
So the next one is classic, and that requires 10 points in our score pile. I have 6. Anastasia has 7. So I was able to grab that before Anastasia could. And again, one of the ways we win the game, kind of the standard way you win, is getting to a certain number of these achievements, and it's 6 in a 2-player game. So we both have 1.
Got it.
That was a quick turn for me.
Okay. Well, as this game kind of goes, it's really interesting to me that cards I was really excited to play, kind of holding on to, now I'm like...
kind of fades away?
Yeah. Now I'm like, oh, this actually isn't that good, because what this would have done is let me exchange scorecards with you. But
now you have more points than I do. Yeah.
It's no longer good. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to do my philosophy dogma again.
Yeah.
This lets me splay to the left any one color of your cards. I'm going to go ahead and splay to the left my greens now.
Yep.
Because what it actually, by you doing that and getting to tuck this, I now actually have 6 leaves.
Yeah, boo.
And so that's kind of exciting. And then I'm going to score a card from my hand. So I am going to go ahead and score this medicine. So
boo.
That's going to give me
to 10.
To 10.
Yep.
Now, the real question is, and yeah, I now have 6 leaves, so I could actually draw 3 fours.
Yes.
Or I can score the achievement.
Yes.
So the real question is John going to be able to score
The achievement
the
first.
achievement first?
I need 4 points.
He needs 4 points. I feel like that's going to be a little hard for him to get. But I actually don't know. So because he can take this card away, I think this is my opportunity to get sorry, not 3. It's going to let me get 3 fours. I think it's my opportunity to get those 4. So I'm going to get
that's
those.
a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Granted, 4s are basically 1s right now. So
Yeah,
it's, it's kind of
but the fact that you draw 3 of them
yeah.
is the key here.
So we got some really fun cards, and I will spend John's turn analyzing them.
Excellent. All right, for my turn, I think it's going to be simple. I was going to use currency, but it's just way too good for Anastasia. So she's going to be able to grab that classical achievement. But I think it's time for me to finally go into blue. So let's kind of reorganize. Hopefully I'll be splaying soon. I'm going to play mathematics. So this says I may return a card from my hand. If I do, I draw and meld a card of value 1 higher than the card I returned. So it lets me just kind of jump ahead. It's a couple of light bulbs. I've got 3 light bulbs now. Interesting. So I could do that right now. But if I did, you would return a 4 and then you'd meld a 5. So that's a bad idea. And then I think I'm going to cover up currency. I'm going to play paper. So I now have more light bulbs than you do. Things have changed. And this says I can splay my green or blue cards left. And then I draw a 4 for every color that I have splayed left. But of course, I'm just playing right now. So I just melded 2 cards. My enormous hand is getting down. I only have 4 cards now.
Yeah.
And 3 of them are 1s. So take that with what you will.
Oh, these 4 cards have a lot more to take in. So I
Yeah.
am trying to take them all in as fast as I can. I'm still holding on to a number of 1s that I kind of don't really care about, and I can't imagine I'm going to play. Obviously, I think one thing I'm definitely going to do is take that classical achievement.
Yeah.
And it's really just a question of, yeah, okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this classical achievement.
Yeah.
So that's going to go on this side. I needed to have
10 score, and you have 10.
10 score, and I've got 10. And then honestly, I mean, these cards are really good. I'm just not really sure what I want to do. I am pretty torn on what I want to do. I'm sort of tempted to just draw another 3
4s.
4s.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's what I'm going to do.
Do it.
I'm going to go ahead and draw another 3 4s.
Alrighty. Quick turn.
Yeah. I might have probably should have played some more light bulbs or something, but I don't know. It's
hard to say. It's hard to say.
Yep.
Okay. I am going to I'm going to activate paper now. So that is for light bulbs. I have 5, and you have 3. So I can splay my green or blue cards left. I think it's going to be green because I've got 4 of them. There we go. Just get some magical icons going now.
I feel like this game is going to turn into a brain burner.
It's going to turn into. I've played such fast games of this, but this is not that. It's fun though. So now I get to draw 4 for every color I've played left. So I draw 1 4. Huh. That is an interesting card. Now, let's see. I could do this again. Unfortunately, I only have 1 blue, so I can't actually splay it yet. So I think let's just be silly. I'm going to activate mathematics then. You may return a card from your hand. If you do, draw and meld a card of value 1 higher than the card that you returned. So I think I'm going to return this 1.
Huh.
And 1 higher than the 1 is a 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to meld this 5 using mathematics. It's purple. Goodbye monotheism. I have astronomy now. That says, for light bulbs, suddenly I'm the light bulb king over here. Draw and reveal a 6. If the card is green or blue, meld it and repeat this Dogma effect. If all non-purple cards on your board are value 6 or higher, claim the universe achievement. That one, you normally have to have every top card be an 8 or higher. So that lets you get to universe early. And that is my turn. I've got a 5.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, I feel like I have so many cards in my hand now. It's actually overwhelming.
Yeah,
like,
you're in the situation I was in.
I can't even process them all. It's not like I can be like, oh, this is good and this is good, because they all change constantly.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like play the easiest thing, which it feels a little weak, but it's at this point I'm just kind of trying to get points and kind of see kind of how it goes. I'd like to tell you I have a plan, but like every time I pick up a card, I'm like, ooh, I could plan around that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could plan around that. Ooh, I could plan around that. Like, so
There's 105 cards that make you say, "Ooh, I can plan around that."
As John is playing, I'm trying to be like, these aren't important. I need like 4 hands is what I need. So I'm having a little trouble just kind of deciding exactly what I want to do. There was one in here that I knew I wanted to do. I'm like, I can't even find it. Okay, good. It's here. So I guess this is a goal that I'm kind of going towards right now. So I'm just kind of checking where that's at. I would like to keep. I mean, I guess so. I was thinking I would do this, but honestly, I could just keep doing philosophy,
I have more
and
light bulbs than you now, so I would get to do it as well.
you would get to do it as well.
Yes.
How many light bulbs do you have?
I have 7.
7.
Yeah, things changed quickly. Going from mathematics into astronomy made a lot of sense and also helped my light bulb situation a lot.
All right, I gotta get more light bulbs than John. Oh my gosh.
I have 4 more than you right now.
It's like all I want to do is just like keep fermenting, but like at this point I just have too many cards.
Stop fermenting.
Stop fermenting.
You're fermenting in pottery.
It's too many cards. It's actually a problem.
You got to get with the Renaissance, you know?
Yeah. So what I think I'm going to do actually is John has 7 light bulbs.
Yes.
I think I'm going to attempt to get 7 light bulbs down.
Ooh.
And that way, if he tries to do any more light bulby things, of which he has many,
yes,
I would get to do them. I think I'm going to make that my goal.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this printing press first. So I'm going to put that down here. This would let me return a card from my score pile. If I do, I can draw a card of value 2 or higher than the top purple card on my board, which is actually only a 2, so not great, but also lets me splay my blue cards to the right.
Ooh, to the right.
To the
that's
right.
the better direction.
Right, because there's more opportunity for up and down.
Yeah.
Although my blue cards actually don't have any.
Funny.
So this is really, I'm honestly playing this because it's more light bulbs.
Yeah.
And I'm letting go of fermenting, and it gives me a little bit more splayability.
Yeah.
And another crown. So, all right. And the other thing I'm going to play is this invention.
Ah.
So invention, you may splay right any one color of your cards, currently splayed left. If I do, I can draw and score a 4.
Nice.
And if I have 5 colors splayed each in any direction, I can claim the Wonder achievement, which is one that if you have 5 colors on your board and each is splayed either up or right.
Okay.
So it's just kind of...
Yeah, it's easier.
It's a little easier to pull off. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here.
Okay, you're just dropping those down. You're at 7 light bulbs now?
7 light bulbs, but I did cover up a bunch of crowns. So, it's like funny. I wanted to get light bulbs,
yeah,
but I dropped on crowns.
Yeah.
So,
which is why splaying is important as we start to do that more.
Yeah.
Okay, it's back to me, and I want to activate astronomy, but I do not want you to be able to do this as well. It is way too good.
Mm-hmm.
So, goodbye, canal building. Here comes perspective. So I now have 9 light bulbs. How things have changed. This says, for a light bulb action, you may return a card from your hand. If you do, score a card from your hand for every 2 light bulbs that you have on your board. Oh my goodness. Maybe I want to do that instead of astronomy. I have, 2, 2, 2, 2. I would get to score 4 cards. The problem is my hand is weak. I have 1, 1, and 2. So no, astronomy. So we're doing light bulbs. I have 9 to your 7. I get to draw and reveal a 6. So I'm jumping right past 5. If the card is green or blue, meld it and repeat it. Ha! No, dang it. It's red. But still, 3 industry. Archery. I replaced archery finally with machine tools from 1 to 6. So this says, for the industry icons, which I now suddenly have 3 of them, I draw and score a card of value equal to the highest card in your score pile. That seems pretty good. So now, if all non-purple cards were 6 or higher, I'd get the universe achievement, but I don't. Oh, I wish it was green or blue, but it wasn't. Still, machine tools is great. So yeah, that's my turn.
Fantastic. Okay, so how many light bulbs do you have?
9.
You now have 9.
Yes.
That whole attempt
Yep.
to control John's light bulb game.
I mean, I was going to astronomy twice on my turn. You made me spend an action putting perspective down
Yeah.
to get higher to then astronomy once. So that did have an effect.
Did it? Did it? Did it really help? Okay. I think what I'm gonna do. It's funny, honestly. The part of the game I'm now like just focused on like staying up with your symbols. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead And
Oh, hold on a quick second.
Yep.
I only meld this if it's green or blue. So this machine tools is actually in my hand.
Got it.
Yep. Cool. Back to you.
Okay. That changes my plan. Okay.
Yes.
So now you have even more light bulbs.
Yes, I do. I'm back to 9.
You had 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
John. Gosh. Okay. Let me see what would happen if I. John has so many light bulbs, and it is annoying. Man. What I really want to do is I want to use this philosophy, but I don't want John to be able to do it as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need to because it's a way to splay my cards.
Yeah.
And but I can do this. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay. I'm gonna do this. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this printing press. So this is gonna let me return a card from my score pile. If I do, I can draw a card of value 2 or higher than the top purple card on my board. This is a May, so I'm actually not gonna do this. John is actually gonna get to do this first.
Yeah.
But the highest purple card that I have is a 2, so
You would draw 4.
I would draw 4, and I'd have to return a scorecard. John has the same option. He needs to also return 3 points to then be able to draw a 7, which he may want to do. The second thing that either of us will be able to do is then splay our blue cards to the right, but he doesn't have any. So this is a pretty good one for me to play for light bulbs. So
Yep.
Go ahead, John. You get to go first.
Okay, so what exactly do I do?
You can return a card from your score pile.
Okay.
If you do, you get to draw a card of value 2 or higher than the top purple card on your board.
I mean, I can't not do that. I can't not do that.
He wants that 7.
I want that 7.
All right, he's going into romance. Time travel is really what's happening here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you.
Okay, so he thought that was valuable. I thought that was stupid. I don't know who's right. He's played the game a bunch. And now you may splay your blue cards to the right, which of course you can't do. I'm not going to do this. I would only be drawing a 5. I want to have more points to John. But what I can do is splay my blue cards to the right, which is good because it will reveal to me another light bulb.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's still not more than John.
Nope.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's my 9.
8 to his 9. So I still want to do the philosophy, but it's not good for me right now. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finally cover up my fermenting, and I'm gonna play this anatomy. I am very much long conning some of the things I got going on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this anatomy down. So that's all I'm gonna do. It's not splayed, it's just covered. What this would let me do is demand that John return a card from his score pile. If he does, he also returns a top card of equal value from his board.
Ooh.
So
Mean.
Yeah.
And you have 5 leaves. I have 2.
I have 5 leaves.
Yikes.
Yep.
You know what? It's my turn, and I have more light bulbs than you. I'm going to astronomy, potentially twice. Draw and reveal 6. Yellow. If it's green or blue, I meld it. It's not green or blue. Then I'm going to do it again.
Luck does not favor the selfish.
It really is not. Come on. God. Purple. Okay. Well.
I'm a little worried John's got a lot of 6s and 7s over there.
I do.
But
I can't believe none of those hit a green or purple. All right, I'm done.
You have not had the luck.
I haven't.
With the drawing.
I have not. Did you take your extra draw last turn when I did a thing?
I did not.
Yeah, you should have done a draw.
Oh, I got a draw. Great. What level of draw do I get?
It would have been a 5.
All right, because it's my highest. Okay, I get a draw.
Yeah, you should have had that already.
Woo-wee. Oh, goodness.
Does that change anything?
It does change things. Okay. So now I actually have a chance to beat John in light bulbs before I play this philosophy, which is really what I want to do.
Wow.
Okay. And this is fun. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not even reading this, but here, I'm going to play this, whatever it is, it's happening.
Yeah.
So, well, you would still have equal. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess no, it doesn't really change things, but whatever. I'm going to play it. Yeah.
Oh, it's +0.
+0 because it just kind of evens it out. Oh, should I even do that? Oh goodness. It seems like I should, but maybe. Oh, okay. Let me read it real quick. Okay, John. See, I don't like this return cards from your score pile thing that they've got going on. Why would I want to do that? Why is the question. Okay, well, we're just gonna hold on to that. So I'm gonna just stick with my other plan, which is I'm gonna philosophy. So John,
Yes.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 9. So John, you may splay left any one color of your cards, and then you can score a card from your hand.
Whew. Let's see. Left is this direction. Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
This is terrible. This is terrible. I'm committed.
You're committed?
I've committed.
I mean, I have a lot more purples. Yeah, I just have a lot more purples, so we'll do purple.
It's fine. It's fine. Everyone, it's fine.
It is.
This is a long con. It's totally fine.
That just gave me suddenly a bunch of castles, which don't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think that probably was fine. Yeah. Yeah, if I'd done yellow instead, that's a castle and a crown. Wow, that's funny. Realistically, the only thing that gave me that I cared about was, yeah, I'll stick with it.
Okay, and now you may score a card from your hand.
Holy cow. Okay, I'll score this 6.
Wow. Okay. Good. All right, so I'm gonna.
You will get a bonus draw because I did something on
that's
your
right.
turn.
I'll get a bonus draw.
You do technically after you do your action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead then, and I will splay this yellow to the right, to the left. Right.
Yeah, left.
Left. Splay this to the left. You did yours to the left too.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I will actually just take that 5 and tuck it right under here. This is gonna put me at 15.
Magic number 15.
Magic number 15. And I was honestly thinking about doing this again because, I'll draw my card. I had to draw a card because John did it.
Yep.
So, that's fun. Ooh, kind of like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Really fun. But I think that grabbing that medieval would be smart right now.
Yeah,
It's
you
6.
win at 6 achievements, and that's your third, so you're halfway
Yeah.
there. I only have 1.
Yeah, and
This
I
is a
don't really need to give
problem.
John, John has a 7 in his hand, so
Yeah.
he could easily score again. So
You're
I'm going to
getting
go
all
ahead.
these low value, like easy to grab ones, which is a problem.
I'm going to grab that achievement. All
Yeah.
right. Here we go.
Okay.
I gave you so much. You splayed. I give you 6 points.
It's true. I'm just worried about those achievements. What are the values of the cards in your hand?
So I have 3 1s, 3 4s, and
A
a 5.
Okay, I think I'm going to activate Perspective.
Okay.
I have more light bulbs than you, so you don't get to do it. I can return a card from my hand. Agriculture, I think. Actually, no. Code of Laws. Code of Laws is back. Now, if I do, I score a card from my hand for every 2 light bulbs I have on my board. I have 9 light bulbs, so I can score 4 cards.
Wow.
And I'm going to score everything but this 7.
Wow.
So I now have a lot of points.
Wow. How many? What's that last one on the end?
We have, it's a 6.
Wow.
So I've got 18, 24.
Wow.
And at this point,
Are you going to take the Renaissance?
do I take the Renaissance? I can. Will you be able to? I should just do it. I should just do it. So I'm going to take the Renaissance. I have at least 4, and yeah, I've got over 20. So that was my turn.
Wow.
I have 1 card in my hand.
Okay.
Things change quickly.
Things do change quickly. That happened fast. Now I see why you need to send your opponent's scorecards back and stuff too. That's really interesting. Okay, so I love this coal card, but I just don't think I have time for it to get it down and play it. It's very interesting. Although I keep getting tuck and score confused, and this is only a tuck. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with my plan. I'm going to philosophy, then invention. So John is going to also philosophy. So I am giving John the opportunity to score more points, but he only has 1 card in hand.
Oh, man.
So it's a May, though, right? You've decided
Yeah.
now that these are Mays.
They are.
So,
It says May. So here's the thing. I kind of want to play this card so that I have a 7 so that I can start drawing 7s.
right.
But if I tuck it, I will have enough. Well, but are you going to take exploration this round?
I don't think I'm going to get it this round.
Yeah, you don't have a 5
I don't.
top card. I do.
Yeah.
So if
that
I
was another advantage of playing the coal.
Yeah. Am I really going to give up on that? I still have astronomy here. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, so well, first of all, I can splay, right?
Yep, you splay any color to the left.
Yellow is splayed. and now I may score a card from my hand.
Yes.
Honestly, I didn't love this card. Sanitation, it let me grab your 2 highest cards from my lowest. It's bad for the situation. I am giving up on a lot of tech, but I have astronomy, which jumps me to 6s, which is not that far from 7. And
We
I think
haven't actually done, interestingly, any pulls from each other's hands, which I think is a lot of these cards do that. Which
but the threat has been there a lot.
yeah, I kind of forgot about it, thankfully, because I hate that mechanic in games. So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
You have to lean into it with this
Yeah,
one.
I know you do.
All right, so yeah, I did it. So you will get a bonus draw after this turn.
Okay.
After this action.
So so you splayed, you scored. I'm also gonna splay to the left.
Yeah.
This one. And then I'm going to score a card from my hand. I'm actually going to go ahead and score this coal because it is a 5. And honestly, I just need to score. I mean, it's a cool card, but I just need to I need to get as many points as I can, I think, down right now. I am going to get to then draw 5. So let's see what I drew here. Interesting. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, cool. And then now, I'm going to do this invention. So you may splay right any one color of your cards currently splayed left. If you do, draw and score 4. So actually, interestingly, John is going to continue to get this to do this first. Oh,
Yes.
no. Oh, but good. He doesn't have his blue splayed. Oh, I got so worried. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm
Or
still
my
gonna
red.
I'm still gonna get the wonder achievement.
Yeah, you're gonna get the wonder
but
achievement.
he is gonna. I'm. This is interesting. John's getting a lot of benefits. So
I am.
John, you can now splay to the right. Oh, look at that. Look at that purple.
Yep.
Okay.
More light bulbs have appeared.
All right, and so now I can also splay to the right. Interestingly, none of my cards are particularly good splayed to the. I guess I'll splay anatomy to the right for the most.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it would be this, but splayed to the right, it's just more crowns, which I guess is good, but it doesn't. I mean, John has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would give me 5. Splaying to the right isn't super great for me right now, so I'll just hope that having more leafs is good.
I mean, you're getting an achievement for this,
Yeah.
so that's the important thing.
And
you're
then,
up to 4 out of 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one there. The funny part is, I feel like John's in a better position than me right now. I really feel threatened by that, but I do have more achievements for whatever that is worth. So, I'm gonna gain this wonder, and we should probably do a quick check on these achievements because some of them are immediate.
Yes. So this one is if you Tucker scores 6 cards in the same turn. I didn't do 6.
No, but you got close.
I got really close though.
Wow.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. World. We haven't even seen the clocks yet.
Was it a single turn? Because because you then put the 7 down? Would that have counted?
I put the 7 down on your turn.
Oh.
That was off of your philosophy, I think.
Oh, got it. Because you did it twice, but it was split up. Okay, cool. And then 12 or more clocks, and then if you have 5 top cards, each value 8 or higher. Okay, so those are still a ways out. So, all right, I guess that's it. I do get to draw one more 5 because John also did my invention.
What was my other action?
Oh,
I think I took Renaissance. That's what it was.
And John, did you draw and score 4 when you splayed your cards to the left?
I did not.
So we each get to do that.
Holy cow.
And then I will draw 5 because John did the thing on my turn.
All right.
And that will be that. I don't know if this was all good, given how many points John has over there.
So I am going to open with astronomy. Draw 6.
Wow.
if it's blue or green, meld it. Oh my gosh.
You know what? I need something.
Unreal.
I need something.
This is unreal.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's fine though. I now have a 6. And now for my second action, I am going to achieve exploration because I have way more than 25. And I have a 5 top card. All right, that's my turn. I have 3 achievements, you have 4.
So I can't achieve enlightenment because I do not have a 6 top card.
Yeah, in fact, you don't even have a 5. But you have 5s in your hand for sure.
I do have 5s in my hand. Okay, that was my long con. Maybe a little hyper focus there on getting that achievement. Although I'm feeling a little scrappy with my engine over here.
Yeah.
But I'm not feeling super good about kind of where things are at in my world. So trying to figure out what to do about that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't like any of my cards. I have a ton of cards. And I don't love them. I could keep doing this, but it just keeps helping John.
It's interesting. We kind of stalled out here
Yeah.
in the civilization.
So interestingly, I could make John return points from his score pile, but that would just mean like taking a 1 out, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty well defended.
Yeah.
I've got quite a diversity.
Oh, but he'd have to get rid of his archery and then his mathematics.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
Wow. So I could just force you to and that would help my light bulb problem.
That would.
But it wouldn't really help me, progress the engine
Right.
of my life. How many points do you have over there?
I believe I have 36.
Wow. But you don't have a 6 down.
I do not.
But you could put that 6
I have
down.
a 6 in my hand.
Interesting.
Don't have a 7 though. Although I've done so much 6 digging that there's actually already gone through half the 6 deck.
Yeah. What if I just played the rest of the game just demanding that John reduce his score pile and return cards from his board? I don't really have a good play here, guys, so let's just do that for a while.
For now anyway, yeah?
Yeah, John.
Yes.
I demand that you return a card from your score pile. If you do, return a top card of equal value from your board.
Okay, so I have 4 leaves and you have
way more.
7? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, archery is getting returned.
Great.
And I lose a 1. And this gets returned as well?
Return a card from your score pile, yes.
Yeah, sorry. When they return, they go to the bottom. This code of laws should have gone to the bottom when I returned it earlier.
John, I demand that you return a card from your score pile. If you do, return a top card of equal value from your board.
Yep. Goodbye to...
When in doubt,
goodbye mathematics.
Chaos is the answer.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's getting precarious. Because you could demand a 3 and then a 5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then he'd have to return.
Or I could return a 6, but that's really painful.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
I just feel like I have to do something to kind of, it gotta... I can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird game. I can't do anything, so let me just attack you.
So you have 7 leaves. That is frustrating. All right, I am going to...
It's how I feel about your light bulb problem.
Yeah.
I just got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got rid of 3 of them.
Wow, yeah. What do I actually... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I have 8, and you have...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You
6,
have
7, 8. Yes!
You did it.
You can't astronomy me anymore.
Well, I can, but you would get to do it as well.
Yes, feel free.
I'm not going to. All right. Well, dang. All right, so I guess I will...
Found a way to equalize.
I'm going to play Vaccination, which is not very good. It gives me 2 leaves. Unfortunately, I needed 3 leaves to equalize. I have 6 leaves now, and you have 7. So that's a problem. This says if I could demand with leaves that you return all the lowest cards in your score pile. If you returned any, you draw and meld a 6. And if any cards were returned, I could draw and meld a 7. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So I think I'm just going to achieve right now while I can. So I have the 6. I have more than 30 for the moment. So I have 4 achievements, and it goes back to you. And is it anatomy time?
It is anatomy time. It's so funny. I played this card, and I thought it had no value.
I've been worried about it. You played it, and I've been kind of
it.
happy you have been kind of ignoring it.
I honestly, I was ignoring it. I thought, I can't wait to cover that. This is so useless. I literally played it only so I could do the invention to get that wonder achievement. And I didn't even think about it. And now I'm sitting here being like, oh, this is because... As much as Nick thinks that I am someone who likes attacking people in games because I'm about to do this very gleefully, I don't go to it first, I swear. But now I'm realizing that truly the best way for me to stay ahead is to just keep tearing you down.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That is accurate.
So, John.
Yes.
I demand that you return a card from your score pile. If you do, return a top card of equal value from your board. Which is so good right now because John only had 3 5s and 6s. So either way, I'm dismantling the best cards on this board, giving back the light bulbs.
I'm giving a bunch of score away.
Or he has to get rid of a 7, which is also fantastic for me.
Yeah, and I'm glad I reached up to here.
Yeah. And I'm going to do it again for sure. So either way, it's going to hurt. Oh,
Yeah, so I
God.
could lose paper and astronomy, which would knock me down to monotheism, which is hilarious because
Well, that's hilarious because you actually then could really take me
Yes.
apart too.
All right, I think I will return the. I'm gonna return.
Chaos.
I'm gonna return the 5, and then I will return astronomy.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, monotheism is back,
It is back.
and I suddenly have a crap load of castles.
Okay, well,
Are you
now
doing it again?
the interesting thing is I could do it again. Now, John, would you be able to get rid of that 2 with your 3, or how do we decide that
I
works?
don't think so. What's the exact text?
If you do, return a top card of equal value from your board.
So no, it would have to be equal.
Equal, okay.
But I have a 3, so if I got rid of the 3, I would lose
Use
paper.
the paper.
Or I could do 7 or 6 would knock out vaccination. And spoiler alert, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Because vaccination isn't good for me right now, but I need it to kind of stay ahead.
Yeah, and I'm totally getting that. So what's interesting though is I've ruined John's light bulb game so much that
Yes.
now
Maybe you should just do something else.
Yeah, like I could do philosophy.
Yeah, I've only got 4 light bulbs. Wow.
Yeah, so then I could score another 5 from my hand with philosophy. I could also do the printing press. I could return one of the cards from my score pile. And if I do, I could draw a card of value 2 higher than the top purple card, which is unfortunately still only a 2. So that would be a 5. So that's really not good for me right now. Let me see if I could put a higher 4 down. Yeah, or John, what does your paper do?
It lets me splay green or blue cards to the left, and then I can draw a 4 for every color I've splayed.
Got it.
So it would let me essentially draw 3 5s.
3 5s.
Which, to a certain extent, I don't want to do because I want to keep going with my 6 advantage.
Yeah.
Force you to dig through the 5s. We'll see.
Yeah. Gosh, that is hard. I mean, I'm tempted. I'm actually, and the other thing is, John is possibly with his vaccination going to make me return
All the lowest cards.
all my 3s.
You only have 2 3s. But the thing is, I need to have more leaves than you.
That's true.
And I have
and you
2, 4, I have 6, and you still have 7.
I still have 7.
So yeah, you're safe from vaccination right now.
I really need to draw cards, but the problem is I don't have any. I sort of need to play this 5, but it would cover up my demand. I really feel like hampering you is important. At least making you lose another 3 points. That would continue to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to do it one more time before I cover it up or do anything else. So, John, I demand you return a card from your score pile.
4 anatomies in a row. Goodbye, paper.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. That revealed a leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're tied on leaves now.
Oh my God.
I should have revealed.
Oh.
I could have looked and done that on the first one and not lost the 5 points. Oh well, that's my fault for not checking. I forgot to check.
It's also my fault for not asking what was underneath there before I did it. So.
All right.
Okay.
It's my turn. I have no cards in my hand.
Yep.
I will draw 6 because I need to start to formulate a new plan. I'm actually happy that I kind of automatically protected myself on the leaves for the moment.
Yeah.
So now this is a card I could play.
That's good. I think I'm kind of done with the anatomy. I think 4 anatomies is maybe enough.
That was a lot. That really knocked me down. But I was able to at least grab these 4.
Yeah.
So we both have 4 achievements.
I thought this game was about to be over, but then
I'm just gonna draw again for my second action. I don't think I like this card well enough for the moment. Cool. Yeah, that's my turn. Just do 2 times.
All right. Here we go. Why am I not doing this? This card's been in my hand this whole time. And here I am like searching. I thought I had some card that like let me score something, but I can't even find it. I don't even have that many cards, but this game. Okay. So I'm going to play this and finally get out of the freaking dark age. What era am I in? I'm still in the Renaissance. I need to let's start exploring. So, all right. So I'm going to play this physics card. Now, I feel like I should have probably done something with my philosophy, but honestly, I got to kind of catch up. Points at this point don't matter if I can't advance my society.
Right.
It's very interesting the way this kind of holds you back. So I'm going to go ahead and play this physics. So this is going to go on top of this. What this is going to do is and then I'm going to go ahead and Dogma it. And I have so many more light bulbs than John now.
2 light bulbs.
Yeah. So this is going to let me draw 3 6s.
Holy cow.
reveal them. If 2 or more of the drawn cards are the same color, return the drawn cards and all cards in your hand. Wait. Wait a second.
Or
Hold up. Or keep them.
Guess what? There's 3 6s.
Oh my gosh. Or I have to return every single card in my hand.
I mean, that would get rid of a lot of your
all my analysis paralysis would be gone.
physics.
But I wouldn't have any cards, but I would be able to draw 5s. And honestly, at this point, I need to get...
It doesn't seem like you're crazy about the cards you have in your hand.
I mean, I'm not really. The only thing is I kind of wanted to do this philosophy to get, 5 more points,
yeah.
But at this point, like, it doesn't really matter.
That does let you kind of leap over 5 into 6 and catch up with me.
But if I return the drawn cards and all cards to your hand, I wouldn't even get 6s out of it.
That's true.
You know what?
Are you doing it?
Let's do it. All right.
So 3 cards.
This feels so dangerous.
It is.
Oh my gosh. I can't handle this. Okay.
Blue. You committed.
I don't want to commit. I don't want to commit. I want to take it back.
Do you?
I want to take... No, I don't. No. Oh.
Okay.
No.
Physics really backfired on you.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what it is? I am being minimalist right now.
Yes.
I am purging. I feel good. I am letting go of that negative energy. I am channeling my chi, and I am handless going forward.
Holy cow.
Who needs cards?
I mean, I only have 2.
Who needs cards?
So you have 1 more action, right?
No, I played this card and I dogma'd. So
okay, so sometimes light bulbs
I
really bite you.
invested deeply in science.
So your top card's a 5.
Yep.
My top card's a 6. So you're not that far behind still.
Yep.
I have to admit, I'm not crazy about these cards. They're good, but are they good enough? Well, this card just got a lot worse. You don't have any cards in your hand.
See, it was good.
It was good. I think I'm just going to draw. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to draw a 6. Encyclopedia. What an interesting card this is. Who needs points, right? So technically I'm allowed to look at the cards in my score pile. I don't know if it's good enough. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to play Encyclopedia. I'm melding it. It's a crown action. I have more crowns than you now. And it says you can meld all the highest cards in your score pile.
Oh.
If you meld 1, you must score all of them. So if I activated that twice, I would meld all of these cards. But then I would have no score cards at all. But, things get tastier later on. Anyway, just putting this down as my action. So that's me. I'm done.
Okay.
Imagine you're drawing a card.
Well, I just realized that if I were to physics again, you just took a blue out of the 6 pile. So now there would be a blue and a green, and then I'd have to draw 7. And of course, I have no idea. But there's a chance.
The risk is way lower now.
Way lower now, right?
That is true.
So I'm kind of thinking I should do it again. In worst case, it backfires, and I just draw 1/5, and it was a lost turn. But
lost action, just one action.
One action, right? Yeah.
Best case scenario, you now have a 7 in your hand.
You should definitely, after you blow up yourself in the physics lab, you should definitely do it again. So
that's science for you.
That's what I'm going to do. All right. So I still have more light bulbs.
Yep.
All right. So first card.
Gasp.
First card. Okay. Now here is the real moment of truth.
Yes.
This needs to be
not blue, not green.
Purple, yellow, or red. Okay. Everyone send vibes. It's going to work. Okay. Here we go. No! Oh.
Are these returned?
They are. Return the drawn cards and all cards in your hand. So
I guess you could return these in any order of your choice.
I could literally just do it again. I could.
You could. Do you want to do it again?
Oh my god. Should I? It would be a wasted turn. I mean, the smart thing to do would be to draw 5.
Yeah.
And hold
on
to it.
There's only 2 6s left. There's actually a lot of 5s. You'd be stuck in 5. You kind of need this to work to not be stuck in the exploration phase.
Gosh, I need to have learned from John. John has had terrible luck drawing. Nobody has drawn well this game at all.
We've been equalized a lot. Do it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, everyone was so nervous. Okay. All right, I have
Well done.
jumped. I have jumped.
You're
I'm back in the game, and I've skipped 5. I've
you
advanced.
completely, yeah. All right.
This is what you invest in science.
Whew.
Takes a lot of time.
That was amazing. All right, it's my turn.
Oh,
Okay,
my heart rate. I need a minute. Okay. Huh.
So I played this encyclopedia thinking I would do it to get a 7 down to start drawing 7s, but now I can just draw 7s. I think I just draw 7.
I think you just draw 7s. It helped John, so I guess it is good.
Oh, this card is ridiculous. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm going to play electricity. I just drew it. It says for a factory action, which I now have 3. You have 2. This is not a may, it's a must. You must return all of your top cards without a factory on them, and then draw an 8 for every card you've returned. So for me, that would only be 2.
Vaccination.
It'd be 2.
Oh, without a factory. Okay.
It'd be 2 cards, but I just jump up and draw 2 8s. So we'll see.
Okay, that was 1 action?
No, I drew it and then I played
it. Okay. Okay, so we're back in the game.
You're back in the game.
And we need to make some choices here. So I think we're done with physics for the time being. I am very tempted to do this. I think this is the smart play. I think this is the dumb play. But interesting, and would get really, really curious really fast. Let's see. I think that could be fun. Maybe we'll do that next. The other thing is I could also my philosophy is still a 2.
Yeah.
But it's still there, and I could still just tuck this under if I wanted to.
I'm still at 2 light bulbs, and you've got tons.
This one I don't think is very interesting. So I think other than actually, if I did that, I could
join in,
which is fun.
If you played a factory.
If I played a factory.
But then I might not play electricity.
Yeah. But
in which case, maybe it was a waste to put it down. Yeah.
I
probably should have held it.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's get this down. So I'm going to go ahead and put down atomic theory. Oh my goodness. My cards here. Forgive me. I got so into my game here that I got to do a little tweaking, a little reorg situation, get everything to fit appropriately. It was okay, but could have been better. Okay, so we got all the icons here. So caught up.
And then you're going to activate it?
The question is, do I kind of hamper your electricity / get on board? And that is the question of the day.
Oh, just meld a 7. That's cool.
Just meld a 7. I mean, it is cool, except if it's purple.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will go ahead and I think just meld a 7. That electricity is really good. It's really good for you.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have played it.
Although it gets rid of monotheism, which I kind of like. Although my optics isn't that good.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, John, I hate the choices that you've presented me with in this game. They're utterly terrible in all ways. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I changed my mind. I'm going to play this railroad. I'm going to let go of philosophy.
Oh, it's the first clocks.
It is the first clocks of the game. I'm just going to get this down here. It is actually a 7. So that's the other thing that it does. It does get rid of my ability to score points, but it kind of keeps me up with you. And I think that's just kind of where I need to stay.
Okay. My turn?
Your turn.
All right. I want to electricity without you. So I am going to industrialize. This has an industry action. It says draw and tuck a 6 for every 2 industry on your board. And then you can splay your red or purple cards to the right. I could activate this now. I guess I have 5, so I could tuck 2 7s immediately. But I think I just want to activate electricity and jump to 8. So yeah, only me, because I now have more of these. So encyclopedia and monotheism are both returned. That's there's a 6 now. And then a 2, and then I return 2, so I draw 2 8s. And my turn is done.
All right, so John has 8s.
I have 8s in my hand.
Okay, yes. Why work on our game when we can keep stalling John's?
Yeah, you got an anatomy?
Yes. John, I demand that you return a card from your score pile.
Yep.
And if you do, return a top card of equal value from your board.
Yep. So that is, I have 2 6s. It's amazing. I had so many. You've just anatomy. But you're also not doing things, but you're slowing me down. It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's interesting.
I feel like
I feel like I should keep vaccination just because it helps me defend against anatomy a little bit.
yeah.
And I don't really care about industrialization, so yeah, I'll lose that one. Okay.
Yeah. What that did do actually is hurt me a little bit because now I can't do the railroad and draw 7s. But
That's true.
But I am going to draw and meld a 7. So I may
you're fine.
cover
You're
that
past
up.
the Enlightenment.
Yeah, so I can splay my blue cards to the right. They're already splayed. I'm going to draw 7 and meld it. Okay, so this is a bicycle. You may exchange all cards in your hand with all the cards in your score pile. If you exchange one, you must exchange them all. I don't actually...
Not great for you right now.
Yeah, I need that.
But that's a great way to grab the monument.
Yes.
If you had a bunch of cards in your hand and not that many in your score pile. Unfortunately, you're the opposite right now.
Yeah.
I guess you could activate that card twice.
I could. So I'm going to think about that. And I've got... All right, so...
It's my turn?
It's your turn.
Yeah, that freaking anatomy has been a real problem. A real problem.
John's handling me dismantling his world much better than I would be handling it.
Great. I'm going to play mobility. It says for industry, which I have 5 of, and you have 3. If I activate it, it says I demand you transfer your 2 highest non-red top cards without industry from your board into my score pile. And if any were transferred, you would get to draw an 8.
Oh, okay.
So,
but you could take 2 7s, which is 14 points.
Well, this 7's protected.
Oh, not purple.
I would actually take
7
those
and
2.
6. Yeah,
exactly.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but then you get to draw an 8.
Yeah.
So that's not great.
But you get 13 points.
Yeah. I just know you're going to keep dismantling my thing with anatomy, I think. So I guess I just have to lean into this, and I'm going to draw an 8 now. Now that I have an 8 played, I'm just going to draw an 8.
Draw an 8.
Yep, that's my turn. I'm done.
Well, I would have liked to draw an 8. I wish you'd done that.
Yeah.
I'm sort of regretting this railroad because I really wish I could, just keep feeding points in. I can draw and meld a 7, but again, if I draw it, I have to meld it. So whatever it is, it can block whatever else. I could just keep anatomying you.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you get rid of 12 points and 1 card.
How would I get rid of 12 points?
Well, if you did it twice.
If I did it twice.
Yeah. And then ultimately, if you did it 3 times, you would get rid of electricity. But I have an 8 down now.
Yeah.
So I kind of, you would bring me to 0 score. I know there's like wacky ways to score a bunch.
I'm really like hampering the game here, which I now see why there's like, John was telling me earlier, there's like cards in here that just end the game.
They're insane.
So you
well, I actually have one of those in my hand.
Oh my God.
I have a card that would end the game. The problem is that I'm not in a very good position to utilize it right now.
So what happens is we count up our points on what's the tiebreaker when we have 4 achievements? Is it the value of the cards?
Oh, if the game ends if either of us gets 6 achievements.
Right.
Or the game ends if one of us goes to draw a 10, but there are no 10s.
Okay.
The game immediately ends. And in that case, it's just the highest score wins. Achievements don't mean anything.
Got it.
And then there's like 5 other ways the game can end that are just based off of cards.
So who wins if there's cards or achievements? Like what are the points here? Is it your score?
So again, achievements only matter if you get to 6.
Right.
If you don't get to 6, they don't mean anything.
And if there were 6 of them, then would we still count our score?
No, you just immediately win if you have 6.
Oh, okay. Got it. It's just like an immediate. Yeah. Okay, got it. Otherwise, it's high score.
Yes.
Okay, so okay. Got it. Well, I mean,
the rulebook specifically says the high score is rare.
Honestly, this feels like such a a demanding demand. I mean, but it feels like my best play. I'm kind of stuck innovation wise. So I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I think anatomy. The only thing I could do is if I meld a 7, then I could immediately potentially play it if it was cool. But it might cover my anatomy. So
I've been really praying for that.
Yeah, haven't you? So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna anatomy one last time.
One last time. She says.
Last time.
All right, a 6 goes away.
And that vaccination actually has been kind of scaring me this whole time. So
yeah, well, now I really can't defend against your anatomy, which is a problem. I could have gotten rid of the 7 and gotten rid of electricity instead. Actually, maybe I just do that. Maybe I just do that. So I had vaccination over here. Yeah, I probably should have. Because, yeah, I get rid of a 7. Electricity, I don't need it anymore. And now I'm back to tying you on an enemy. Yeah. I lose 1 more point, but yeah. Okay, that's definitely what I do. 2
Yeah.
7s. Also, this hampers you more because you don't have 8s yet. So you have to draw
Yeah.
through even more 7s.
And
I have
yeah.
8s down. So, yeah.
No, it's making it really hard.
I'm trying
Plus,
to stay ahead.
I am going to go ahead and draw and meld this, but it's going to be hard. Well, here we go. At least it wasn't a yellow.
Yeah.
But, and it keeps me up because I am worried about that vaccination. So this actually was a good draw for once.
Oh, gosh, you're up again.
So you may tuck up to 3 cards from your hand. If you do, draw and score a 7 for every different value of card you tucked. So that is
it's a way to burrow through the 7 deck.
Of course, I don't really have many cards from my hand, but it is a way for me to score a little bit more, which would be good. So, all right, I'm going to place that back here.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Are you ready for some fun and interactive effects?
Oh, boy.
To somebody who's been dismantling
he
my
didn't seem all that excited about my board. He's like, oh, yeah, don't get attached.
Don't get attached. I'm playing skyscrapers, melding it down. So it's a crown, and I'm immediately going to activate it. I have more crowns than you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
I demand you transfer a top non-yellow card with a time symbol from your board to my board.
Great.
If you do, you get to score the card underneath it and then return the rest of the cards.
Oh.
So I'm nuking one of these entirely.
Oh.
So if you did this one, I would get lightning. You would score 7. These would go away. If you did this one,
you get bicycle.
I would get bicycle. You'd score 4, and these would go away. Either way, all your purples or all your greens are gone.
Oh, interesting. Well, I really don't care about bicycle.
Yeah.
So that's very tempting. But if I got rid of this one, then I would score 7, which is nice. But I kind of don't care about bicycle, and then I'd still score 4, and I'd keep lightning, which I think is a little bit more valuable to me.
Yeah.
So here you go. Happy birthday.
Yay!
So it's my birthday, so that wasn't really fair. I will score the 4.
Yes. And then these are returned.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Wow. And that just lives on there.
Yeah.
But you got rid of the vaccination.
Yes, vaccination is gone.
Okay, so you could just keep skyscraper.
I could skyscraper again. The only thing I could hit is this.
But a little taste of my own medicine here is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. I like taste of my own medicine. That's good. That's it. It's my turn, right?
Yep, it's your turn.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I better use my lightning while I have it.
Yeah.
Because then you could do it again, and you'll get the lightning. But then I'll get to score 7. So I'm going to use it while I have it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a romance.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lightning. And I can tuck up to 3 cards from my hand. If I do, I draw and score 7 for every different value. So by basically drawing this, and I'll get to tuck both of these.
Yeah.
Then tuck 2 7s.
Yeah.
Is what I think I'm going to get to do. So whatever this romance is, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's funny. Great, and now I'm going to tuck them. So the green just becomes green because John nuked my green.
Yep.
No tucking there. And
other way.
And then this becomes nothing, really. Just useless. But there are 2 different values. Kind of fun that that basically gave me a meld instead of a tuck.
Yeah, it did.
And then I'm going to get to draw and score a 7 for every different value. So I'm going to score 2 7s.
Oh my gosh, you have so many points.
And now that was my turn, and I have no cards again.
Yes.
And I will wait for John to do whatever he feels like doing, my lightning or otherwise.
I have to skyscraper, I think.
Oh, you're okay?
Yeah,
great.
well, because if I don't, you'll just claim romance. So yeah, skyscraper. Boom.
Oh, that's true because it's my only 7.
It's your only 7. So now you're back to drawing 6s.
Okay. So I'll do that. Then I have to get rid of. I get to
score the 7.
Score the 7.
So you have so many points, but
I'm kind of
keeping you from actually scoring them because you're too.
And then these 2 just go back. Oh gosh.
Yep.
And they go to the bottom, right?
Yep.
Oof.
Okay, so that was one action.
Okay.
This might seem weird, but I'm just gonna draw an 8. That's my turn.
Okay. I think that I'm really excited you didn't skyscraper me again. Although I guess
I couldn't have. Skyscraper only hits stacks that have clocks. And I killed all your clocks.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool.
So as long as I have skyscrapers up here, you probably don't want to play clocks.
Okay, that's good. Forgot about that. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my atomic theory, which has turned out to be incredibly useful. I'm going to draw and meld 7, and then I'm going to claim romance. I think that's going to work because I have way more than 35 as far as I know. I got 10, 20, 29, 36, more than 35.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm going to draw and meld 7. Publications. All right, well, I can't draw and meld anymore. Oh man. Oh,
And
man.
it's got a clock.
It's got a clock. It's got a clock. This is really this game is so destructive. If people have played a bunch of Innovation, I want to. Is it always this destructive?
Yes, I think it is.
It is. Well, John's played a bunch, so he'll know. But oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Skyscraper payback for anatomy.
Skyscraper payback is totally true. But you know what? It was worth it because I'm going to get this romance.
You're 1 away from winning the game.
I'm going to get the romance. I'm going to tuck it. I have so many points now. I can't tuck it under here. So I'm going to do that. This publications, you know what? I'm not even going to read it because it's not going to live long in this world.
I have to destroy that because you're one away from winning the game.
Yeah, and I'm going to lose all of this
Yeah.
good stuff. I will no longer have any light bulbs. John
and you
can
probably
go.
have a score to get this. So you just have to get your way to 8.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. Okay. All right.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
he's
feeling-
going to definitely set me back.
Yeah, I'm
So-
obviously I have to skyscrapers.
Yeah.
I have to. So
So he gets a 7.
Yep.
I get this.
You score 6 more points. You've just so many points.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling like I'm in a safe position right now, if I'm being honest.
And
all these go away,
oh
yeah.
my gosh. All of these go away. So he's really trying to
To the
send
bottom.
me,
Not that
Sorry.
it really matters. I don't think we're going to be
Trying
going to
to
these decks again.
send me back to the Dark Ages. I literally have no society.
You have no society.
But the import and this card I don't even like. This metric system.
Yep. It's hanging. So I have 1 more turn.
Yeah. Oh, but so many points.
So you have a 6. So you can still draw 6s.
I can still draw.
I wish I
6s.
could destroy that 6 so that you
I
can
know,
knock
and then send me
back
back
to
to
the
the Renaissance. It's supposed to be called innovation, not time travel. But
All right. So
I have no cards, so
You have no cards. There's not that many for you to dig through here, though. Is the problem?
John seems fairly confident that he can win the game, and I'm not.
Oh, I don't know if confident. I think it'll take too many turns. All right, I'm gonna for my other action, I am just gonna draw an 8. This is it, and my turn is done. I think I know what you're doing. Actually, I'm not sure. Are you drawing? You pretty much have to draw, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
haven't counted it, but I'm assuming you have more than 40 points in your pile.
I think I do.
That's insane.
I have to count them later, but I think so.
Yeah.
But I'm nowhere close to any of these monuments. Yeah, none of these are any good. So, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna draw. The best I can do is 6. So I'm going back to the Age of Enlightenment, and I'm drawing 2, 6. Well, first I'll just draw 1, 6.
Yeah. Is it good?
Let's see. It's encyclopedia. I could. Why am I telling you this? Wow. How many points do I have? Now it actually kind of matters. Let's see. This is 10, 20, 29, 36.
56?
36. Wow. Yeah, that's 56.
Yeah. Enormous score.
So actually, playing this encyclopedia wouldn't be terrible because I'd pull out 21 points, but I could meld these 3 cards.
Holy cow.
Which would bring them back into the world.
Well, then you could draw 7s.
And then I could draw 7s, which is not a bad thing to be able to do. Rather than work my way through the 6s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one would be so good. He'd hate that. Okay. Well, I think that in that case I will play. It doesn't have any clocks on it.
Yep. Doesn't have any clocks.
So I think I will play this in the attempt that I may actually
go for it.
Yeah. Sure, I can keep drawing cards. It's very boring. So I think I'm going to just...
No, drawing and melding 3 7s seems pretty great.
I now have more crowns than John, which is also kind of...
Defends against the skyscraper if you do get clocks out. All right, it's my turn, and I'm working towards a plan that I'm not vocalizing.
I'm telling you everything. Look at this.
I'm being boring.
This is not...
I'm just going to draw an 8.
You're just drawing all the 8s. Right.
And then I'm going to draw an 8. that's my turn. I just draw 2 cards.
Wow.
I know.
All right.
Here we go.
I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to meld all the highest cards in my score pile. If you meld one of your highest, you must meld all of your highest. I think I'm tempted to do it. I mean, it's really good. I'd get my railroad back, which would let me return all the cards from my hand, then draw 3 6s. It does have clocks, though, but I'm well defended. Evolution, I can draw and score an 8 and then return a card from your score pile or draw a card of value 1 higher than the highest card in your score pile. And explosives, which is I demand you transfer the 3 highest cards from your hand to my hand. If you do, then you have and then you have no cards in hand, draw a 7.
Holy cow.
So I kind of think I need to play all of these, and that I think melding these just kind of gets me right back into the game. Oh, and the great news is actually that was my first action.
Yes.
So, John.
Yes.
I demand you transfer your 3 highest cards from your hand to my hand.
Yep.
If you do, and then have no cards in hand, draw a 7.
Yep.
Oh no!
I think you just win the game.
Oh no!
Yeah, dang. I was gonna win on my next turn.
Were you really? How?
Well, I was gonna win on my next turn.
You don't have any points. How could you win?
Bicycle.
What's a bicycle?
May exchange all the cards in your hand with all the cards in your score pile. I have 40-something points in my hand, and I'd be tucking 6.
Got it.
So I would activate bicycle.
Oh, that's
get this for free,
so good.
And then take modern.
That's so good. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I know. I've just been drawing for turns
to be able to do that.
I had no way to efficiently draw cards, so I've been doing it slowly.
And then all I did was draw this freaking encyclopedia, and then
changed everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that explosives. I didn't even know that was just one I took rando, and I was just like, oh, that's the one I said.
Well, I think you're just gonna win now. Because you have more than 40 points in your draw pile, your score pile, right? Or do you not now? 29. No, you don't.
Yeah. So I might not.
You're at 10, 20. You're at 35, not 40.
Yep.
Okay. The game goes on.
I mean, I do have like some things that but yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay, that is such a problem. And
the
thing is about explosives is you could just do that again.
Yeah.
You could just keep doing that. So my hand is now no longer safe.
Yeah.
My hand is no longer safe. 3 highest cards, you said.
3 highest cards. But you get to pick if that helps.
I can. Okay, so I think... Yeah, all right, here you go.
Okay, let's see what John gave
us. I as I explained, I was just about to win the game, and now I'm not. but I don't think... I didn't analyze. Maybe I just gave you a card that would win you the game, but I'm just going to do this instead, just so we could see some fun stuff. Because now that I don't have a plan to win here, I need to reach up again. And so I think what I have to do is play Quantum Theory, and that says for a clock action, I can return up to 2 cards from my hand, and if I return 2, I draw a 10, and then I score and draw a 10. And then I'm not going to activate that yet because I need defense against Anastasia's explosives. They are terrifying. So I will Meld Emancipation, which gets me 2 more factories. So we now both have 5. Okay. Also, Emancipation says, I demand on factories that you transfer a card from your hand to my score pile. And if you do, you get to draw 6, and then I can display my red or purple cards to the right. But we're now tied, so it's you.
Okay, well, John gave me some cards that are all mostly useless.
You see the one that ends the game immediately on light bulbs? You had like 14 light bulbs when I almost played that.
I know, that would have been so good, right?
Yeah.
But now all my light bulbs are gone, so it has very little value. So, I mean, I really need to get one of these 8 down so I can draw an 8, but that's so boring. I could like put an 8 down.
Yeah.
And then draw an 8.
You're so close to winning this game. You just need to score like 5 points and get an 8 down.
Yeah. So what I can definitely do is I can do evolution. You may choose to either draw and score an 8 and then return a card from your score pile, or draw a card value 1 higher than the highest card in your score pile. So I could draw and score an 8 and then get rid of a 3, and that would get me to 40, I believe, if I've done my math right. I think John's right, and I am at 25.
35.
I'm at 35. So that would get me exactly to 40.
Yeah.
And then I could play an 8. But, and this is a big but, I can play that 8, but I am then waiting, for whatever John does over there.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's my best play
Yeah.
because it gives me the points and then it gets me there.
You
So
just win on your next turn then.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm basic. I can't win on this turn. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna choose to draw and score an 8. So I'm just gonna take it and put it in here, and then I return a card from my score pile. So I will just take this 3 down here and I will put it back. So that's gonna give me the 40 points I need to get that. Now I'm going to get one of these 8s down. And the real question is, I don't want to cover my explosives because that's like a threat to John. The antibiotics is probably the best play because it keeps me up on leaves. And this empiricism is really interesting, but it would cover up that. So no, I'm going to play this antibiotics.
Anatomy is finally gone.
Covering anatomy. And should I need to, I can draw a bunch more cards. So
yeah, I really needed that card to be able to draw cards more efficiently earlier. Maybe I should have played that. Yeah, I clearly played wrong. So it's back to me, and I don't think I can win. I don't think I have a way to stop you. I have no way to affect your score pile. Let's see.
Draw the 10. Draw the 10.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem is I draw the 10, and then
you can't play it. Yeah.
Well, I could play it, but I couldn't use it.
That's true.
So that's not really a winning line.
Yep.
You have 8s in your hand. So I have ways to blow up your 8, but then you would just play an 8 and then achieve.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we've reached the end. Dang. Yeah, I think I'm going out with a whimper here. Sure, I will play corporations, and then I'll do mobility. I demand you transfer your 2 highest non-red top cards without a factory from your board to my score pile.
2 highest non-red scorecards.
So I take antibiotics, and I take evolution.
Wait, don't I get to pick?
No, these are the 2 highest.
A railroad is highest.
It has a industry.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it's not going to matter though. You get to draw an 8.
I get to draw an 8.
And
Yay!
And now I technically have another turn. I will draw a 9, so we can see a 9. But yeah, that's my turn done. Oh, this is such a fun card. All right, I'm just going to show this card. So obviously I'm not playing it. It says, I demand you draw a 10 on clocks. If it is red, remove all hands, boards, and score piles from the game because it's a nuclear fission. If this occurs, the Dogma action is complete. Then you return the top card other than fission from any player's board. So it completely resets the game.
For one player
for
or
everyone.
for everyone?
For everyone.
Oh my god.
Like I said, there's some wacky stuff. We'll look at more of the stuff when we're done.
Yeah.
So now it's your turn and you just win.
Okay, yeah. So I will go ahead and play this socialism card down. I didn't even look at it.
Yep.
It's an 8. I have this. I have 40 points, modern, and that is 6 achievements.
Good game.
Good game. Oh my gosh.
We almost made it all the way. I was going to win on my next action. If you hadn't pulled Encyclopedia.
Yeah, that was such a good call. But it did pull
and
out
if I
of my
happened
cards.
to have more factories to defend against explosives.
That was a total Hail Mary there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that in this game where you take these like really calculated risks that are actually just crazy risks. Like that whole physics thing was insane and digging through the decks but I was fascinated with the splaying. No one ever splayed.
We never went up. I had the opportunity
Lots of cards, but no one ever
splaying up is just how you get to crazy amounts of icons.
Because I kept seeing like, how am I going to get to 12 clocks? How am I going to get to 20? But to splay up, So I was really interesting not to see that happen in this game, but it kind of shows that there's a lot that can happen in this game.
I mean, so this was a pretty long game.
Yeah.
I've played a 10-minute game of this once where we would just like went writing to here and then found the thing to draw here and then somebody found the thing to draw here and we were like 4 turns in and we were drawing 8s and 9s.
Wow.
And then it was just insane.
It was just over. Yeah.
And then the game can end in weird ways too. So like, let's take a look at some of these 10s. The 10s in particular are amazing. I want you to know that they exist. So we have software. Draw and score a 10, then you draw and meld 2 10s and then execute the second card's non-demand effect. So just bam. Self-service. Actually, these are interesting, but I want to talk about this one first. Artificial intelligence. It's light bulbs. You draw and score 10. Then if robotics and software are the top cards on any board, which I don't think we had, but if they are, then the single player with the lowest score wins because there's a robot apocalypse. Then we have things like, we already saw fission, bioengineering. I'm trying to find ones that like end the game. Oh, there's robotics. And I guess we saw software. The internet, you may splay your green cards up, draw and score a 10, draw and meld a 10 for every 2 clocks that you have. So as you can see, you can just get into some of these incredibly powerful cards that can really swing things, like just end the game or set everybody back to the Stone Age.
That is the elements of like of these cards that just get so weird. Like even what I thought was interesting is over the whole course of this game, what was so fascinating to me is how cards changed value. Like there was no card I would pick up so many. I'd be like, oh, this isn't that useful. Oh wait, it's super useful, and I
Yes.
used it 6 times to completely decimate
Yeah.
John's cards. Like
You really did.
like
I mean,
and
to a certain extent, I think that might have you slowed me down to the point where I couldn't catch back up again. But then I
Yeah.
almost did with Bicycle, just being like, I don't
Yeah.
need points now. I'm just gonna
no, you
dump
had
40
it.
points
You had
down
it. Like,
immediately.
and I didn't even see that coming.
and then also
like,
grab this. You know,
the monument that
yeah.
would have like. And that's the other thing is, I don't like crazy amounts of chaos, but I kind of went into this knowing if I go in, as I've said many times to you, John, before, if I go into a game knowing there's going to be crazy chaos,
you embrace it.
I embrace it.
Yeah.
And so like I sort of knew nothing was sacred, but at the same time, like it that is a mindset you need to be in this game because like you had all those points and then you had no points and then suddenly, but to know you could have just won it, just being like, yeah, and then I could just dump all my cards. Like nothing is permanent in this game.
And honestly, I probably should have stopped skyscrapering after I stole the bicycle. Because the skyscraper gave you a lot of points.
Yeah.
It destroyed your tableau, but that didn't matter.
And
it didn't matter enough. I think getting bicycle, I should have just stopped at that point. And then where was that card? There was the one that, I think I scored it, that I had in my hand that I ultimately gave to you, Antibiotics. You may return up to 3 cards from your hand. For every different card, you can draw 2 8s. So that, oh no, I guess I was just looking for ways to get more cards. I guess that's get rid of 3, draw 2. But yeah, there's lots of ways to draw lots of cards, and I was like, okay, I know how to win. I just need to draw 5 cards. And that's 2.5 turns.
Totally.
And you were just doing stuff.
I was so focused on I couldn't get higher up on the you know the evolving, if you will. Like I couldn't evolve my civilization. That bicycle card, that meant nothing to me. Like I didn't even care about it. I was like, oh, I'm putting this down just for 7.
But you were doing anatomy, and I'm like, okay, bicycle would be amazing.
But it was amazing. Yeah, for you to have it means that you could have just I can't even sit here and say, oh, I didn't realize what that card did because I literally had it.
You were played
it, gave it to you. So I think that is so dynamic for this game. I can see that the chaos in it would not be for everyone.
Also, when you play with more people, 3 and 4 players, every Dogma effect hits everybody.
I can't
so that's
even
a lot
imagine.
more icons.
I can't even imagine playing it and trying to keep track of the icons.
I have played 3, and it does work, I think, pretty well at that count.
Yeah.
4, I think I've played once and just don't. I think there's a 2 versus 2 version. I don't really know the rules for it.
Yeah.
And there's like 1 million expansions for this game as well.
Really?
Yeah, and so many different versions with different art and everything. But I honestly have never felt tempted to pick up any of the expansions because in these 105 cards, every time I play, I still feel like it's totally different the way you get through
it. It's so dynamic.
If I was playing this every single day, I'd probably get an expansion. But yeah,
I see so much potential. It was so much more engaging than I even thought it was going to be for just a deck of cards. I mean, it always amazes me when you get a game with it's just a deck of cards that can do so much. And I thought, oh, all of these symbols, what is that going to be like? Probably some of the best multi-use cards I have seen. The
from
way,
back in like 2010 or 11.
I know,
or
and a lot of games I know have used. I've heard a lot in a different ways where it's like, oh, innovation. This is like innovation. Of course, I've never played innovation.
Yeah.
But this is just so simple in what it does and the dynamics between us.
The rules are really simple too,
Yeah.
because the complexities comes from the cards.
100%. And even that, each of those are interesting. I mean, there were times though, I would say I had like 10 cards. I was like, I can't even process these. But that's just because they're so dynamic, but they don't. One of the things I thought was really nice is that on a lot of multi-use cards, they're like, they kind of ask you to use them in different ways. And and you choose, and then you're kind of forced to use them that way. Like if you have to flip a card over and it just stays that way, or you discard it and you can't get it back.
Yeah.
What I thought was so cool about the cards in this game, probably the thing I think is the coolest about it, is that the cards their usefulness can change to you within the same turn, or a couple sets of turns, or on another person's turn, or in the way like that bicycle card.
Yeah.
Its value to me was in symbols.
And it almost won me the game.
But then it almost won John the game.
Yeah.
And then it was something for me to use defensive, like to give away, to kind of protect something else. And so I think that like the value of that, when you're using a multi-use card, you're not inherently saying, well, I'm never going to use it for this.
Yeah.
In a way, I use this for leaves. I use this just for yellow to get, I used anatomy not for its purpose, and then later it became valuable. I think that is so cool. You're choosing it when you play it, but you're not choosing permanently. You get
Yeah.
to kind of constantly use them in different ways, and the way the value of the cards evolve even into score points over the course of the game, and even your scorecards can come back.
Yeah, you
It's
bicycle
so,
that could turn into your hand.
it could turn. It's so interesting. Like nothing ever goes away
Except for achievements.
except for achievements, even in the way they move.
Which is why I was worried. Like, I got
Yeah.
the 1, and then you got the 2 and the 3,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, geez. And I got the 4, 5, 6
Yeah.
after that. But like, grabbing early achievements is a big deal, considering this is how the game usually ends,
Yeah.
is achievements.
Fascinating. That was so fun. That was really, really fun. Thank you for sharing this one with me.
No problem. This was great. As always, I'd like to thank everyone who's been supporting this channel, including these producer-level Patreon supporters. If you too would like to directly support the channel in the creation of future videos like this one, then please go to jongetsgames.com/support. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button for it down below, as well as the subscribe button for the channel. Thanks for watching.